Well, YouTube watchers and Fairmont lovers, we're back. Mr. Chestnut and I have got nothing else better to do than sit around and wait for Monday and our videographer Chrissy to come out and film us. So, this is the top thing that we do every Monday. Water mains breaking and sewer jumping 6 feet in the air and bombers flying overhead and tearing the asphalt roofs off the buildings. But this is the best we can do. No, really. We look forward to these videos. We really do. Jerome and I have brought you these since July. Today we want to talk about a very important thing. Now, a lot of people don't think it's important. They don't even know what it means. If I said the initials to you, COC, abbreviation COC, you'd probably think it was some government agency or some secret spy group or something like that. Actually stands for Chamber of Commerce. And I would think, Jerome, that every single town, city in America has some form. They may not call it Chamber of Commerce. They may call it a business association or downtown business people or merchants, whatever. But the Chambers of Commerce is one of the biggest and most important organizations in America.
Most
The
definitely.
National Chamber of Commerce does an enormous amount of work for good causes. Our problem here in Fairmont is that we have one, but we don't really recognize that we have one. Part of that is because we can't seem to interest the businesses in Fairmont to be a member, and we're working on that. Mr. Chestnut and I have taken it upon our mission to try and assist the few officers that are in the Chamber of Commerce with every opportunity we can to assist them, such as going to all the ribbon cuttings and that
Most
kind of thing.
definitely.
I know that from time back, Mickey Williamson, who's our recreation director and works with zoning and codes, well known. Everybody, if you don't know who Mickey Williamson is, you're not from around here. You're not from here. Mickey Williamson did his very best back 15, 20 years ago to try and get the Chamber of Commerce to work. We had a little, they hired a local caterer, business person to have a little meal and tried to entice, and it was probably 5 or 6, 10, maybe 10 businesses. Then Kelly Johnson, who now works and lives at the beach, he did his best to do, had concerts at the golf course and things like that. And now we've turned it over to a young lady who works at the bank. We're just not an active organization like we should.
Correct.
And so that's a little bit of a history of our Chamber of Commerce. Doesn't mean that we don't want to have one. It just means that we haven't pushed the right buttons. And Mr. Chestnut, mostly him, has worked on finding a way to push the right buttons. What do you think will be the answer, Mr. Chestnut?
So you bring up a couple of good points. One is how important the chamber is on a national, state, and local level. The United States Chamber of Commerce is one of the most powerful political organizations, honestly, in the country that fights for small businesses. So you take that at a grand scale and you bring it down to the local group. That's what they're supposed to do. And you spoke that we've tried to help, and we're always going to continue to support the chamber with the ribbon cuttings here in town. The chamber actually meets this Thursday here at our town hall down at 6 p.m. down in the courtroom. And even this Friday, they got a concert going on at the golf course.
And a good band too. Craig Lovett's band, Past Perfect.
Most definitely.
Or Perfect Past is one of those two names. They're really good.
Most definitely. So we enjoy the events that they put on for the town. They're a good community partner of the town. What I want to talk to you about this morning is send a message to all the local business leaders. Is that there are plenty of opportunities to get involved in the chamber. It's not just a fight for yourself. It's the fight for all small businesses at the local level. One of the things that, we bounced around and it has happened is that they have changed chamber location meetings to meet at various businesses across town to highlight them and the services they're offered. We would like to see more input from our business leaders on what works for Fairmont and how to come together and push that message about what's the economic needs of our small businesses currently in town. And then what can we do to recruit new businesses that our citizens want? But in order to figure that out, our business leaders, our citizens, and the chamber leadership has to come together and have those conversations. They meet on a monthly basis. I have attended chamber meetings, but I don't know if we've had more than 20 businesses at a chamber meeting since I've been here. And we need more of that involvement for them to push their issues on the business side on how they can partner with the town to help all the businesses in town.
I'm trying to promote businesses as well with my radio show. In the last 2 weeks, I've had Angie Lovin, who has opened up a women's fitness center, Fit for You.
Very nice center.
She's on our, if you listen to Fairmont, Town of Fairmont Facebook page, if you go on it, on my personal Facebook page, you can hear the whole show that was taped, or that was aired last Saturday, the 5th. And then Zabarans. I had Mr. Washington and his wife on, talking about their new venture into Fairmont with some wonderful food. And I intend to continue to do that with new businesses, because people need to know about it. But what we need to do, and this is not a suggestion to Mr. Chestnut on air, but this is simply an idea. We need to get the email address of every single business in the town of Fairmont. That would take staff to do that. But we need to do that. I can probably help out, because I know I've got some of them already in my own personal email groups. And we need to start emailing them to death about meetings and about activities. And maybe we can get 5, and then the next month 10, and maybe 15, and pretty soon we can get everybody. Then you can have a banquet and have meals and give out the business person of the year and blah, blah, blah. You know, all those kinds of things. That's, you gotta, Confucius said, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step.
That's right. That's right.
That's what I live by.
And you know, even me through my previous profession, you know, you go through a crawl, walk, run phase. You know, so even though the chamber has been in place a long time, we're still really between the crawl and walk stage before we run. So, you know, over the next few days, I talked to Mickey this morning, I'm going to make a push for that Thursday's meeting. I'm going to make a push for attendance at Friday's concert, you know, to continue to show that we care about our businesses, the ones that have been here a long time, the ones that have currently in operation, and talk to them about how we can boost their business, how we can retain their business, and how can we recruit those new businesses that we want in our downtown and all over our town.
So if you're listening to this or watching this video, and you're a business person in the town of Fairmont, whether you're downtown on Walnut Street, around the corner on Thompson Street, wherever you are, you're a business, if you run and operate a business, we're inviting you, Mr. Chestnut and I are inviting you to become a part of the Chamber of Commerce. All you need to do is pick up the phone and call Whitney Johnson at First Bank in downtown Fairmont, 628-6311. You can tell them that I told you to call, because I'm one of their biggest customers. I go through the drive-through 3 times a week. I don't go all the way on business. I just like to drive through the drive. No, I'm just kidding. I go down there 3 times a week. So they know who I am. So I'm telling you the number. Or you can call Mickey Williamson, 734-1656. They're 2 of the top officials of the chamber right now. They'd love to have you.
Most definitely.
They'd love to have you join. They'll tell you how much it costs. You can go to the meetings. You can go to the concert. I'll see you at the concert Friday night, the 12th. No, the 11th at 6 o'clock. Craig Lovett's band's playing out at the golf course. Come on there and enjoy with us.
Please do.
I'll take care.